Hello, Leo, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're joining me again. In this reading, we're going to be doing a follow-up in relation to your last love reading. In your last love reading, you had two choices. You have a new love coming in, and you have an ex that's going to want to come back into your life. So I don't normally like to do readings related to the ex because I feel like that when you come to get your reading, the reading should be really about you, and exes usually take over your reading. But Spirit said to give you some insight about the ex. So Holy Spirit, guides, angels, and ancestors, thank you for joining us for this reading and giving the Leo collective insight on the ex, the past person that is going to attempt to come back into their life. Thank you for messages about Leo's ex. Right. So we're going to pull some cards and see what Spirit has to tell you about that energy that wants to come back into your life and may attempt to do so based on the last messages that we got from your last love reading. So I'm going to be pulling from the tarot, and I'm also going to be pulling from the love deck, the romance angels deck, and it looks like I can see already that you guys took a break. Took a break from this person. You know, so you haven't seen him in a long time. There's been a lot of space between you and this ex. For some of you, it's been maybe over a year. Some of you, maybe 6 to 8 months. Some of you, it's been over 2 years. Some of you, it's been like maybe 4 to 6 months, 2 to 6 months. So it kind of varies with some of you. I'm feeling some of you, it's been like way over either 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 years that you've not had contact with this ex at all. It looks like what happened was when you guys separated, this ex did not do what it was necessary to get you back, right? He just kind of decided that he was just going to let you go. He didn't try to repair it. He knew what he had done wrong, and a lot of the issues in the relationship really revolved around the ex. And it got to a point where you got really tired of it and you walked away. It was like you really wanted it to work. You worked on it a lot. You did everything that you could do. You know, you wanted to build with this person. You really wanted to make the relationship work. You saw this person as being your forever person. Like he was the one for you, right? You saw marriage, you saw commitment, you saw a future together. And that's what you thought that you were creating with this person. But unfortunately, that's not what happened, and you had to walk away. For some of you, this person was a little bit older than you. And others, this person was somewhat younger, right? Maybe a couple of years younger than you. I'm getting, for some of you, 6 to 7 years younger, and then maybe 5 to 7 years older, okay? This relationship, the way that it started, he just like rushed in, right, and kind of swept you off of your feet. He was messaging you all the time. You were getting texts. He was really into you. It was like great. He was falling in love with you, but it was happening very, very quickly, right? He was communicating with you on a very, very rapid pace. It got very quick, right? It happened very fast. But then that all stopped. And then it got to a point where when you would communicate, it was not good communication, right? It was like fighting, anger. You wouldn't be on the same page. He was, and I'm picking up a masculine energy, somewhat of a narcissist, right? Lots of narcissistic energy. Yeah, so let's see what the oracles have to say. Yeah, he just didn't want to do what you needed for the relationship to work for you. I feel like there was a lack of reciprocity. You didn't get what you deserve from this person. He was capable of giving it to you. He made a conscious choice not to give it to you, and it was assumed by him that because you loved him so much that you were all gonna always be there. You weren't going anywhere. So he had plenty of time to do whatever that it was, and that was upside down. A lot of these are upside down. Wow. Caused you a lot of heartache, caused you a lot of pain because you were very connected to this person. And so just even not considering the pain and the hurt that he caused you, you were under a lot of pain just at the loss of the relationship because you worked so hard to keep it together, and you stayed in the relationship longer than you should have. Some of you intuitively knew that you needed to walk away. Spirit told you to walk away, but because you loved this person so much, you stayed when you were supposed to walk away. And because you stayed, the pain that you suffered from the relationship was deeper, hurt you more than you planned on. And for some of you, it took a very, very, very long time to heal from the relationship to a point where you may not have been that close to anybody since. You may have been dating a little bit, but you've not let anybody come close enough to you to have a deep connection that would allow you to be vulnerable, because you know you do not under any circumstance have what it takes to go through that type of disappointment, that type of devastation and pain that the relationship caused you and the loss of the relationship caused you. It was very hard for you to let this person go. It was so difficult that you really focused for a long time on the loss of the relationship instead of really looking at the fact that there was always other opportunities, other options for you. But it was almost like that saying that you put all your eggs in that one basket. And because he broke the eggs that you put in the basket, you forgot that you had some eggs left over, that you had some cups left over. You only focused on the heartbreak. You didn't realize that you had other opportunities, that all wasn't lost, right? It was really very devastating for you when you went through this heartache. And if you look at this card, there are cups left. There is an opportunity left. More than one opportunity was left for you to have love in your life. You have partnership and alliance, and you have ignited passion. Both of these cards came out upside down. The passion in the relationship for you, you're a very passionate person. You were very involved. Your heart was in this relationship, and so you were very passionately in love with this person. And when the relationship began, there was a very passionate fire between you. But somehow the passion was kind of smothered it just started to deflate. Some of that was because they were outside of the relationship. They had another person that they were getting involved with. And it really wasn't just another person. There were several people that they were casually dating and seeing while they were involved with you. And they made you believe that you and this person were in a committed relationship, that you were exclusive, but you weren't exclusive. He wanted you to believe, or she wanted you to believe, that you were exclusive. And so there came a time in the relationship that you lost your passion. You weren't as responsive to this person physically, romantically, as you usually were. And you realized that at that point, you were going to have to make a decision, because you were not able to give as easily as you normally are in the relationship. You are a natural giver, Leo. You are a very, what's the word that I'm looking for? You're very engaged in the relationship with another person. You're very attentive. That's the word I'm looking for, attentive. You are such an attentive and nurturing, kind lover. You would make their dreams come true, grant all of their wishes, and were very passionate in the relationship, a very passionate lover. And that just started to snuff out for you, because you could sense the energy of someone else. And sometimes you talked yourself out of believing that. But in the back of your mind and the back of your heart, you knew that something wasn't right. And you knew it was because he was splitting, or she was splitting their energy with you and someone else outside the relationship. And like I said before, for some of you, it was several people outside of the relationship. He was basically, or she was basically, acting as if they were single. And that took the fire out of the relationship for you. It just basically snuffed out your passion, it snuffed out your power and your fire. And because of that, the alliance that you had, the partnership that you thought you had, was broken. You realized it, and you knew it was over. I've got the same card here as the Four of Swords. When that happened, you said, I gotta go. And I think what I'm feeling is that there were several times where you took a break from the relationship, y'all split, and it was always you, right? I feel like for some of you, he may have wanted a break when all of this first started and said, oh, I want to date other people. You weren't down with that. And so when you walked away, he didn't want to lose you, or she didn't want to lose you. And they decided that they wanted you back. And so they pursued you and wanted you back. But they still decided on their own, without discussing it with you, that they were going to go ahead and date other people. And so there were many, many back and forth. This person was in and out, out and in. So you were together, you weren't together. You were together, you weren't together. So you took a lot of breaks from each other and would come back, and you would think that everything was going to be fine. And then you'd have to leave them again because it wasn't, or she would have to leave again because it wasn't right. Okay, it didn't work. So you finally broke from this person and you never went back. You are broken right now. You have never gone back to this person. You have never had conversation with this person for some time. It's been quite a while for some of you, a long period of time. They have not heard from you, and you have not heard from them, okay? All right, so let's see his energy and where he is, how he's feeling, his thoughts and his emotions, and why, Holy Spirit, divine consciousness why he's going to come back in your life. Why does he want to come back? Why is he wanting to do that? What does he want? What does the ex want with Leo? Why does the ex want to come back? What does the ex want? Why does he want to come back? What are the feelings of the ex? What are the feelings of the ex? Why? Why do they want to come back? And what are their feelings toward Leo? All right. Okay. So, let's see. I want to make sure. Oh, he's wanting a commitment. This person is wanting a commitment. They have had a lot of time to think, to a point where they have had karma. Karma has like struck lightning, okay? They really have gone through a lot. They were dating a lot. They had a lot of opportunities. So when you guys weren't together, once they got out of the relationship, they immediately was just out there. Like they had person after person after person. They were back on the market. The thing about this though, is that every person that they would date and they would get involved with, they would always look for you. It was like they were looking for characteristics to match you. They were, kind of comparing them to you. And so there were certain qualities that you had that they wanted, right? But in their mind, they thought that they could find it, that there was a lot of people out there just like you, and they thought they were gonna be able to just find another person, be dating all these people, and they really thought the grass was greener. Okay, that's the bottom line. They thought the grass was greener. So when you first broke up, when you decided that it was it, when you just laid down the line and said, I'm out of here, they didn't come after you. And that was one thing too for you that was done, because you, in the back of your heart, were hoping that they would reach out, that they would come to their senses in a timely manner and come back for you and realize that you were the person, realize that you guys belong together, and do everything they could to get you back. They didn't. Okay, they didn't do it. And so they wanted to, but they were always conflicted. They knew that they had really overstepped their bounds and that they had caused you a lot of pain. And so they really weren't completely over being whatever they were in the relationship with you. They weren't over that yet. They hadn't grown up yet. They weren't ready to grow up yet, but yet they wanted you back. So there have been times where they have wanted to reach out to you. They've wanted to text you. They've wanted to call you, they've been on your Facebook to see if you've been with anybody else. They've kind of been low-key stalking you, right? They've been trying to keep up, so they know what's going on with you, because they look on your social media and they're able to see bits and pieces and snippets of your life. And I feel that some of you all, since you have been broken up from this person, those of you that have had quite a distance from each other, that you haven't, that's been a long time that you haven't seen each other, you've really focused on you. You focused on your career. You focused on your bag, getting that bag, getting that money. And you've had some accomplishments that have happened in that process, right? Some of you have gotten some super cool promotions since the last time you've with that person. Maybe when y'all were together, you were working on your career. But since then, hey, you've done it. You've done some things. You've got promotions. Some of you went back to school and got degrees. Some of you have really gotten some really awesome jobs and permission and promotions, and have really cultivated your career, and that you're at a different level now than you were when you were dating this person. And so they've been able to see that. They've been able to see your growth by peeking in on your social media from time to time to keep up with what you're doing, where you're going, because they want to make sure that they're not completely losing you. So, but they want to get married. They are in a situation where they're having financial problems. So they've lost a lot of money. There have been financial deals that didn't go work for them. They've had a hard time financially. They've lost money, okay? And it's been causing them problems. So they not only lost money, but over this time, over this space of time that they have been apart from you, they have come to realize now that you were the one. And they feel absolutely devastated that they made the choices that they did in the relationship with you. And it's been keeping them up at night for a very, very long time. They have lost sleep over losing you. On the outside, everything looks great. They've been dating other women or been dating other men, but deep down at night, they realize they made a huge mistake when they hurt you and when they treated you less than your value. Now, they know your value. They know your worth. And for some of you, it's too late. It's too late. They haven't had the strength. They haven't had the strength and the passion that's needed to really push themselves in their life since they lost you. So they're not at their best because they don't have you. And when you were there dealing with their crap, you were loving them and you were giving them your whole heart. And nobody's ever done that. And they realize, I messed up. I made a huge mistake. They've had fights. They've been in fights with the other person. One of the people that they were involved with, they had contracts together financially, which caused the issue with their money based on another relationship that they got involved in. When that relationship broke, they lost money because they were tied to this person financially, and it caused a lot of strife, a lot of fighting. I'm even seeing that they even went to court with this person, right? They end up having to go to court, and they were not married legally to this person, but they were married through a business, through some type of ties, through money. Caused huge losses in money. Wow. Physically, they missed you. They miss you sexually. They wish it's just not been the same. And for some of you, this is a Sagittarius energy. Okay. So this may be a Sagittarius. They drink. They've been drinking. Okay. So they've had a difficult time, but they are absolutely in love with you, or they're in love with the you that you were in the relationship, because you're not the same person anymore. You're a completely different person than you were when you were in the relationship with them. But they're in love with who you were when you were together. Okay? So, yeah. They think about you physically. They have fantasies about you being with you physically again, having that opportunity to be intimate with you. They dream about it. They think about it. They fantasize about it. They wish that they could have you again. So when he comes back or she comes back, They are going to, you're going to get communication, and it's just going to be very, very quick. They're going to be like texting you, emailing you, whatever. And it's going to be like flirty, like, hey, what's up? It's been a long time. Let's go to coffee. But they are going to be also pursuing you. This is like Cupid's arrows, right? You know, when Cupid shoots an arrow, look at all of these arrows. They're going to be like, oh my God, come back to me. I love you. Blase, blase, because they want a victory with you. They want a commitment with you. They really do want commitment. Let's just pull a couple more cards, because I want to know, as much as they want you back, have they changed, right? Are they different? Have they learned their lesson? Because they had a lot of karma. They had some things happen. Have they learned their lesson? Will they be what you need them to be in the relationship? Oh, that's too many. Who are they now? They're going to still do the same thing. They're going to keep secrets. They're going to have other people outside of the relationship. It's going to be, it's not going to be a good situation. You're going to be upset. And you're gonna, if you decide to get back with this person, you're gonna end up drawing the line and just not dealing with this. Yeah, even this card is upside down. So this is the marriage card, living happily ever after, being able to form a union and come together and be happy in the union. And so for some of you, this is not going to work out when you get back together with them. And they are going to propose. They are going to want to be married. If you decide to do that, the outcome is not going to be very favorable, because they haven't learned their lesson. Yeah, there's even going to be money problems. His financial problems are going to turn into your financial problems, right? So he may be in a lot of debt. He may owe a lot of people money, and it's going to cause a lot of fights and strife between you. And you're going to get to a point where you're just going to have a lot of clarity, and you're going to draw the line, and you're going to say, no, this is not for me. And for some of you, you're going to end up not doing it, but they are going to make you an offer. When they come back, they're going to make you an offer. They're going to really talk to you about commitment. They're going to talk to you about having a life together. But for some of you, it's not going to pan out. It's just, it's not going to make you happy. And I'm not saying not to do it. You do what you feel that is what's going to work for you, and whatever your prayers are. But it's a rocky situation. It's not happy. It's not giving you what you really, really, really want, what you asked for, what you prayed for. If this were upright, I would say, wow, he learned his lesson, but he didn't. And the first card that came out was this one, and the moon. So if this had come out by itself, I could have said, well, you're going to be celebrating because you're going to be back together. But when it comes with the moon, it's secrets. It's hiding other people from you. It's hiding other women. It's dipping out of the relationship and hiding it from you. Okay. So yeah. So let me pull a couple more cards for you, just so we can get more information about you and the advice that Spirit has for you in this situation, okay? So Spirit, what advice do you have for Leo in this situation with the ex, in this possibility of a relationship with the ex? What is your advice And pull one more. That one came out upside down. So one more card, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So you have the temple path. And when I see this card, for me, like if I was doing a reading for myself and this card popped up, this card is really advising me to focus on me, to focus on my money, to focus on my career, to focus on what I'm passionate about outside of romance. And so if I'm building a business, Spirit is saying focus on your business. If you're working on your health, if you are wanting a promotion and you are acquiring skills, just focusing on building yourself up. And I say finances too because of the colors that are in this card. You have green for prosperity and abundance, and gold also represents prosperity and abundance. And so stay on that path, Leo, of building you, of taking care of you, because when you broke up with this person, to help you go through the healing process, that's what you did. You focused on yourself. You built your career. Some of you went back to school and got a career, and now some of you are working on entrepreneurship. So whatever it is that you're working on that is building your bank, that is supporting you in your health, in your emotions, in your finances, whatever that is, Spirit wants you to continue to focus on that. Keep your eyes on that. Woman holding the heart is upside down, and it's upside down because you are not to give your heart away haphazardly. You are to really make sure that you've established your standards, you have understood your value, and you protect your heart, and you don't give it to anyone until they meet the standard, until you are fully sure and aware that the person values you and knows your worth. They have proved that to you. So this card is telling you to guard your heart, to not be careless with yourself and with your heart and the love that you have to give, because it is precious and not everyone deserves it. It reminds me of this guy that used to say, don't give away the pretty, okay? Don't share the pretty with everybody because they don't deserve it. Everybody doesn't deserve it. Then you have the angel of balance, okay? So as you are building up yourself, you are building up your emotional health, your spiritual health, repairing your heart and healing, building up your career, then things will balance for you. Excuse me. You'll come to a time in your life or a place in your life where everything will start to balance. And that means that love will follow. As you focus on you, as you focus on what's important to you in your own life, things in your life will begin to balance. So you will have a healthy financial life and a healthy love life. And remember, for some reason, for Leos, finances and love align somehow. If your finances are not where you want them to be, it messes with your love life, especially when you're single. And I'm not sure why that is, but when you are struggling financially, it's difficult for you to manifest love. And it may be because we are givers, and some of that giving that we like to offer to our love interest involves whining and dining them, it involves gifts. We're very good at giving gifts, and we give wonderful gifts. We give very thoughtful gifts. But in order to do that, to show love in that way, you have to be financially stable. And for you, it's not about money because you have a big heart. But in order for you to give the way that you like to give, you need to be financially stable because you love to give beautiful gifts and to take care of the people that you're with, especially if you are a masculine energy. If you are a masculine energy, you are a number one provider and protector. Leo men are the most wonderful protectors and most wonderful providers. It is crucial for them to be able to provide and protect their love interest. And if their money is not in line, they won't necessarily feel comfortable getting into a relationship that they are not able to provide for that person the way that they want to, right? So that's what Spirit is advising you on that. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards, and we're going to be pulling from the Love Oracle. I use this deck for your last love reading. So we're going to pull a couple of cards from here and get more advice for you from Spirit on what you need to do or what you need to know involving your love life and dealing with your ex. Because right now, they're in a lot of turmoil. They are having sleepless nights because they know the mistake that they made losing you. They feel like they've lost everything because of how those two just popped out. So this one tried to come out too. So let's just take them. Okay. You've got friendship and new beginning. So there's a new beginning for you. For some of you, this is the new person that energy that showed up in your reading the last time. That was for the new person. So you have this opportunity to have a new beginning with the person that you haven't met yet. This new person that Spirit is bringing into your life. And it's showing up here in this reading because it's in your energy field, okay? And so this is your opportunity to have a whole new beginning with somebody new. But this card is also saying that you can have a new beginning with this ex. But as you saw with the cards, what they said, it is not going to be easy. It is not going to be something that's going to just work out. It's going to take a lot. And for some of you, you don't see that it's worth it. And for some of you, it isn't worth it. It's going to cause you a lot of turmoil. And because of the devastation that you faced in the first place with this ex, some of you are not going to have the strength, okay? And the strength card showed up upside down. Some of you are not going to have the strength to deal with the ex again. You don't have the energy. You don't have the strength. You just is not there. As much as you care for them still, you just don't have it. You don't have, it's not enough in you to do it again. And so if you decide not to, you've got a new beginning. For those of you that have been praying for this reunion with the ex, you're going to get it. And you're going to get the new beginning with him. For some of you, it's not going to go like you want it to. You're going to have that opportunity. The new beginning is going to be there. But for some of you, it's just not going to be happy. It's going to be hard. It's going to struggle. And you'll have to consult Spirit yourself if you decide to go back in that union to make a decision about how to go forward there. You have to talk to Spirit, because for some of you, Spirit may help you and help both of you, and you end up having the union that you want. But it's not going to be roses and romance. It's going to be difficult because there's going to be an issue with trust. Your second card is friendship. Friendship. So it may be wise, and what Spirit is saying is to really make a decision about considering friendship. There's no romance. They're going to be really pushing for that, okay? Because they want you to jump quickly into a relationship again with them. They want you to come back very quickly, okay? They're going to be trying to rush you. Remember, we got the 8 of Wands. They're going to be trying to, like, man, they're going to bombard you, right? Love bomb you when they try to come back into your life. And so Spirit is saying, don't go for that. Take your time and get to know them. Just be friends so you can see who they really are. So you have enough opportunity without getting connected and courted back to them, okay, to avoid getting a cord, because you know that we develop cords between each other when we get involved physically, romantically, okay? You have a soul tie, a soul cord. So to stop you from establishing another soul cord with this person that Spirit helped you to remove, be friends first. And this is also for the new person that is coming into your life. Take it slow. Find out who they are as a person. Are their values in line with yours? Can they be a good friend? Are they a good friend? Right? So this will give you an opportunity to evaluate your ex, as well as the new person that's in your energy. Same thing as sexual union, okay? So it's exactly on time, just what I just said. If you are slow about the sexual union, if you avoid that as much as possible, it will give you the opportunity to see who they really are. Because if you form a sexual union with them before you know that, you're going to be recorded to them, and it's going to be hard for you to separate. And now you're vulnerable, and he can devastate you. Some of you, if you go through that devastation again, you're going to be done with love. You're going to be done. It's going to take so much out of you that you're not going to allow yourself to receive love ever again. So Leo, you have to be very, very careful. This is a pivotal relationship in your life, a pivotal decision about the next relationship in your life, okay? So for some of you, if you record to this person before you find out who they are now, it's going to be devastating. So guard your heart, be very careful. So if you're going to give your ex a chance, if you're going to allow this new beginning with the ex, you're going to have to put up your boundaries and just allow it to go slow as a friendship, to give yourself an opportunity to evaluate who they really are. So hold out, specific ladies, specifically to my lovely Lady Leos, hold out. Do not allow them in that sacred place with you until they have showed you who they really are. And they will, but it takes time. So when they come to you in the 8 of Wands, rushing and trying to love bomb you, do not fall for that. Slow it down. Do not allow them to push you into something without you getting all the information about who they are right now. Because some of you have exes that are the same as they were when you left them in the first place. So hold out, protect yourself, and the value and the worth that you have in yourself, demonstrate it by making them prove who they are and prove your value. Prove that they know what you're worth. Prove that they understand your value. Okay? All right, Leo. Thank you so much for joining me again for this reading. I hope that the information and the guidance that Spirit has offered you has really given you enough information that will help you to know what to do and know how to move in this next phase of your life that involves love and romance. And so, thank you again. I love you, Leo. I love reading for you because I'm a Leo as well. And so, thank you again for all of your support. I really appreciate it. And as you noticed, I'm reading now for Leos and doing a few readings for the other fire signs. But before I took a hiatus and did some healing for myself and was gone from the channel, I noticed that my readings were most received and I got the biggest response from Leos. And so because of that, I've made a decision to focus my readings on Leos and to also do the other fire signs, but to really have the main focus on you. And so I hope you appreciate that because I definitely do appreciate your support. You guys really pushed my channel, and the majority of the subscribers to my channel are Leos. Or you may have a Leo sun, you may have a Leo moon, or Leo rising. But the Leo response to my channel is just a blessing, and I really appreciate you. And I want to thank you for all of your support. So thank you again. Like, share, and if you're not subscribed, I'd love to invite you to become a subscriber. So see you soon, and namaste. Bye.